Hey y'all, this is Evie and welcome back. So in this video, I'm just going to be showing you guys how I did this beautiful color blocking design. And this is all of the items that I use for this look. I get tons of questions about what I use, but please look in the info box down below. So I've already done my clear base, and if you guys didn't see this video, I will also link it down below. But it's basically a clear thin base of acrylic that I used, and then I'll be putting my design on top. Alright, so I'm starting off with that Mia's Secret black acrylic, and I'm just going to apply that to the cuticle area of my pinky nail and bring that down just a little bit, not quite past where my natural nail starts. And I want a straight edge on this, so I'm just going to use my brush to really get that shape that I want. Once this dries though, I will go ahead and file that to make it even crisper. So I just repeat the same thing for my index fingernail, working with that black acrylic, yeah. So who else holds their breath when they're working with black? Like I, because if you get this all over your cuticles, like it's just gonna run and you're not gonna be able to get that black out. After the acrylic has set, I went ahead with my hand file and just crisping up those edges because I want this to be super crisp. So after that, I'm going in with clear acrylic and this rave glitter. Both are available at the Long Hair Pretty Nails shop, longhairprettynails.com. And I go in with that rave glitter and I'm just going to apply that. I want to kind of keep it concentrated and I want to cover up as much space as possible. Once I have the glitter the way that I want, I'm just going to go ahead and encapsulate that with clear. I am working kind of thick, but at the end I am going to file this nail down and it's going to be nice and normal. But when you're doing color blocking, you do want to do it a little bit thicker so you can file and get those extra crisp lines. And I just repeat the same thing for the index fingernail. And for those who would like to know, I am using a number 8 oval Kolinsky brush and I use alpha brushes. I will leave the link down below along with my coupon code if you guys are interested. But I really do like the alpha brushes. They're pretty much all that I use. So when you are encapsulating in clear, you just want to make sure it is thick enough and that the edge is the same thickness from side to side because that will affect your color blocking. So as with the black, you just wait for this to dry and then I go in with the hand file and really crisping up that edge. And I know there are different ways on doing color blocking. Some people use like the little floss string thing to kind of break the acrylic, or some people use a dull razor blade. I'm not that good, you know. I'm self-taught. This is how I do it. So, and when you do it that way, you got to kind of be precise with your acrylic application. As you can see, I work with many beads. I don't just work with one. So it all sets at different times. So that is why I can't, you know, cut into it because some of it is more set than others. And yeah, so that's why I just basically do what I do. And then I use my hand file to clean it up. But you know, you do what works for you. So finally I go in with the black acrylic and we're just going to bring that all the way down the tip of the nail. Working with black acrylic is scary, like I said before, because it can get out of hand, it can get messy. But I must say the Mia's Secrets black acrylic is really easy to work with and it's not watery at all. It kind of stays put and I really like that. So I will leave links to everything that I use down below. All right, so this is after everything is dry, and I'm just gonna go ahead and do the shaping and filing. Now the other nails are to the full thickness with clear because I'm just gonna use some gel polish on those, so we don't have to worry about that. So this is after filing, shaping, and buffing, and I'm going in with the Poochie's Nails Black Gel Polish. This is something new that I'm using, and I'm just gonna try it out. She recently sent over a nice little package for me. Thank you, Poochies. So yeah, I'm just gonna put 2 coats of the black polish on my middle fingernail and my thumbnail, making sure to really clean up around the cuticle areas before I cure. And I'm just going to do a strip of it across my ring fingernail here, basically covering up where my natural nail is. So after curing that first layer, I went ahead and did a second layer. When you're working with black gel polish, you want to do thin layers because if they are too thick, it won't be able to cure, and then that's when you'll get the wrinkling and the peeling. So thin layers with black gel polish. All right, so now I'm taking white gel polish and mixed with alcohol, and I'm just going to do my hand painted rose. So I saw this technique on Instagram. I can't remember the name. I want to say Vincent somebody. And then I also saw my girl Taylor, Be Glamorous Nails, here on YouTube. She just recently did a video about this, and I was like, I want to try that so bad. So that's basically what I'm doing here. Although I did forget a step, but you know, we'll worry about that next time. The rose on my ring finger, I mean, it's all right. You know, it kind of have a very artsy look to it, so it doesn't have to be perfect. But you know, this was my first time doing this like this, so. All right, so I went ahead and cured that in my LED lamp for 60 seconds, and now I'll be using these different color Sharpies, and we're just gonna scribble all over the white sections of the nail. So the step that I forgot to do was you are supposed to go back over it with like a nail art brush with white and kind of do, you know, trim, like do like a trim around the petals and stuff, but I forgot to do that. But yeah, this is a very, you know, cheaper way to do this because most people do it with the alcohol inks, but those things are pricey. I think they're like $12 or $14 a piece, and you need, you know, at least 5 different colors, so it's like that adds up quick. So after scribbling all the colors on, I went ahead with my alcohol bottle and I sprayed my nails, but it didn't quite blend the way that I wanted it to. So I went in with my brush and kind of just dabbed alcohol over it, and it kind of gives that marble look. But it kind of gets out of hand. It was like spreading. It was so wet and just, it was too much. So want to have some paper towel nearby to kind of sop up all the liquid. But as you can see, once I sprayed it, it did kind of fade the color out some. So I added some pink back in there, but it just seemed like the more pink I added, it just turned orange. I don't know, like it was just too much. So anyway, after letting that dry, I'm going in with some bling gel, and I'm trying out this matte gel polish that I picked up from Sally's, and I'm just gonna paint that on my ring fingernail, and then I'm going to add my crystals and embellishments. And all these items that I'm adding to my nail here are available in the Long Hair Pretty Nail shop. We got some new art wheels and some different color crystals that will be coming soon as well. And then after that, I cured in my LED lamp for 60 seconds. Now, I do want to say that when you're working with the Sharpies and then like after you let it dry and then you put your top coat on, it bleeds. So you kind of just want to float the gel polish, and you want to make sure that you wipe your brush off before you put it back in a bottle, because all that ink just gets everywhere. I applied the matte gel polish to my middle fingernail as well, as you guys can see here, and I went ahead and cured that. So now we're going in with my favorite gel polish by Poochie's Nails, and we're just applying this to the color block nails, and they just come to life. It is so pretty. So pretty. And I just clean the gel polish around my cuticle area before I cure. So this is after curing in my LED lamp for 60 seconds, and now I'm applying cuticle oil. And this is the finished look. It kind of sucks that the pink turned to orange, so it kind of throws it off a little bit, but I think it still looks cute. And I'm going to be trying this again, so you guys will be seeing this soon. So I hope you guys enjoyed this nail tutorial. Head over to longhairprettynails.com and check out the shop. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you in my next one.